I think we got it right. It's this one over here, and I think it's this one. I think it's that one. And then we do the thing. And then, hey there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be in your part of the world.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
It's so good to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is May 28th, 2024. We're gonna write a little bit of code today. How you doing there, chat room? It's been a long weekend. It was a holiday yesterday here in the States, so I took the day off. But I ended up not taking the day off. Unfortunately, Mrs. C Sharp Fritz is dealing with COVID. She tested positive for COVID over the weekend, and yeah, it's been a trial. It's been a push. It's been difficult, but we're working through it. How you doing there? Let me say hello to everybody who's hanging out here in the chat room. They're right over here. It's so good to see you. We're broadcasting live on Twitch and YouTube. Let me see. C Sharp Titan. Hello, hello. Yes, I did sort out all of my YouTube copyright disputes. More than 120 of them that I dealt with yesterday. It was a good 2 hours of just clicking through and submitting the exact same thing, exact same dispute messages for, in many cases, the exact same music. Guacamole.
Guacamole just resubscribed for 39 months. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Thank you so much for that. And I'll make a donation to St. Jude at the end of the month. Napalm Codes, good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Thin Dolls here. Hello, hello. Juan Van, good morning. Screech Rat, greetings to you. Back to the grind. Yeah, unfortunately, back to the grind. Yeah, she's on the mend. She's doing better. So, and there it is. Demok, thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate that, and all of our subscriptions, all of our cheers this month. I'm donating to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. They'll add on to that bar at the end of the month. Probably next week is when I'll end up doing that. So this is the last month of the fundraiser. You see, we've raised more than $1,500. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support. Not quite probably not going to make it to the goal, but that's okay. Every dollar matters. I have a Buffalo Wild Wing stream that we're going to do this week. It's going to be on Thursday. Friday, our friend Carl Franklin's going to join us for a stream because we met those goals, and I'm scheduling. I'm still to reach out to Richard Campbell and schedule a stream with him, thanks to the milestones that we met here. So much appreciate everybody's support who's helped out with the fundraiser for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It goes a long way to help those folks every year. So let's see, taking a look. Yesterday, over the weekend, I spent some time tuning, tweaking, adding features to Aspirify. In particular, I added a page view tracker. That's the wrong way to put it. I added a page view counter that is counting the number of times that a page, one of the articles on Aspirify, is clicked through to, right? The number of times that somebody goes through and actually looks at one of the articles there. So I started trying to add a cookie consent banner to the page. The tools out there for adding cookie consent don't work well with a heavily output cached website like Aspirify is. So there's a lot of output caching out there that means that the website runs much faster when you navigate to it. Cool, that works great for everybody's visit experience, but the cookie consent banners don't reliably load and present properly. So we're going to work on that probably Thursday on stream. I wanted to go through and tweak and tune and add, because I now have this information about which pages are being visited, which articles are being visited. I wanted to add, let's update the home screen so that there's a list of popular articles so that folks can click through, discover, and see what else other people are interested in. Hey, Stallone. Let me take a look. What's the comment there? Have I tried Fluent UI? Yes, I have. The 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 challenge if Fluent UI doesn't have a consent banner in it. The challenge with the consent banner is because I render the website with output caching, I need to have the consent banner run with JavaScript on for folks' first visit to the website, regardless of what page they're on. I started initially trying to do it um, with Blazor server side. Eh, adding that as a server side rendered piece with Azure Container Apps means that once you navigate to the website, you have to always stay connected to the exact same container. Didn't work great. Um, didn't work great at all. So what I want to do is I want to use a little bit of JavaScript to do the cookie consent check and setting the cookie information that says yes, I've consented to tracking cookies, or no, I've declined them. And you still have to set a marker cookie that says, okay, we're not tracking on this person, so that we know when you come back not to track. It's kind of weird, but that's when you say, hey, you're not allowed to use cookies. Well, I still need to then record some information about you so I know not to track your browser. So there's a little bit of back and forth JavaScript nonsense there that I'm rewriting and we'll work on Thursday on stream. But yesterday, I shared links to Aspirify to a couple different places, particularly on LinkedIn, and viewership took off. The number of views of the website really took off yesterday, and I was surprised. I was happy to see that. It's great to see when folks appreciate things that you build and work on. So I want to continue. I want to continue pushing on that today by adding this "here's popular content" feature. We've already got that section dedicated and not dedicated, but outlined in the template website that I've been using that I grabbed from Envato when I purchased and set up the template that we use for Aspirify. So I'm going to bring up that template. We're going to take a look. We're going to find the piece that we want to use, and we're going to lift that and drop it right back into the front page of Aspirify and hook that up. I think we'll also add an admin page that shows here's the list of currently popular articles, and we're going to do a little bit of database work to connect all that up, and I think it'll be interesting and fun to build. Let me get some music playing in the background here. We were listening to the Stream Beats rock playlist. I'm going to go back to the synthwave playlist, so we just have some groovy music that's in the background while we write some code together. I've sorted the list here, and it's not letting me resort it back to what? Yeah, there we go. Let's start way down here. This is called Hacker Man. There you go. This is music that's DMCA free. It's royalty free. Listen to it wherever you'd like. Check it out at streambeats.com, not .net. There's a streambeats.net out there. It's not the same thing. It's actually a paid service. Streambeats.com is completely free. Listen to it wherever you'd like. Big thanks to Harris Heller and his team of creators for putting this music together we're listening to today. Let me change over to my gunners here. So I've got the Gunner Razor torpedoes. There we go. Hey, Doc Hollywood. You haven't been around in a while. Wondering if I'd take on a project to develop a 3D spatially determinant inventory system. If I would take on a project. Something simple like 3D Tetris as a template to build off of. are you trying to hire me to build something, or are you asking me my opinion on building that application? Help me out there. I'm trying to understand what you're asking. So, let me see. I'm going to bring up. Sure. We'll start over here at the command line. Let me head over to the code. A cup of Good Morning America on board here, man. Always feels good drinking coffee and writing a bit of code here. Please add documentation to the things I've spoken about in each video, asks Stallone. So here's the deal. I was talking to a mentor yesterday. Spent a good 2 hours on the phone with them. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm actually going to start ending my streams. It won't be today because I actually have to end stream early today. I've got meetings to get to. I'm going to start ending my streams an hour early so that I can record a wrap-up that's 2 to 5 minutes talking about the things that we accomplished on stream. And I'm going to put together a thumbnail, maybe a graphic to go with it, and I'm going to publish on YouTube. I'm going to start publishing these summary streams, videos that talk about here's what we accomplished, here's a little bit of the code that we wrote, and here's what it does, and point folks over then, hey, if you want to watch the full thing, here's the full stream over here. But in order to give that smaller bite-sized wrap-up of here's the things that we accomplished. So the documentation, things that you might be interested from what we built on some of these streams about Aspirify are actually the full documentation that you're going to see on the Big Bad blog series. The next episode of that is tomorrow. I haven't published the content yet. I still have it in my private repository. But over here, the Big Bad blog is a sample that we are teaching that takes an existing, very simple and very bad website and starts adding architectural features so that it grows from being, I'm just going to write a little bit of markdown and it's going to render and create a blog website that, quite frankly, for one person, not bad. Sure, it does the thing. It could use a little bit of design, but not bad. But we're going to take that and add .NET Aspire. We're going to add modern cloud features, and we're going to learn about architectures, and we're going to grow this from just a little markdown publishing website into a complete content management system with microservices and RSS feeds and all kinds of things that you would expect that help and drive this. And you're going to see we're going to add things like telemetry. We're going to add tracking. We're going to add metrics all along the way as we learn and build this. And I think a little bit to your question, full documentation over here with full samples. So I think that's something that as an output to summarize what we've learned here, I think it's something that folks will find quite valuable. Doc Hollywood says, I've been building it in... It should know this. It should know this. No. No? Hat not found? Really? We'll do that one more time.
Now we know.
There you
And
go.
knowing is half the battle.
Catching up here. You've been building it in Unreal Engine 5 blueprint, but it's a white whale. If it's something I would do or something I would give up on. doing 3D spatially determinate inventory system. So there's a couple different algorithms I would look at for storing inventory, right? You've got a certain size container shape that you can store inventory in. So at some point you're going to be looking at that with the mindset of and here I'll just bring up the website that we're talking about, not yours but mine. There it is. At some point you're going to be talking about geometric algorithms for placing objects inside that container. There's of course brute force ways to do it, and quite frankly, with speed of processor, you could brute force things and it would go quickly. But I'm sure there's algorithms out there that folks have designed and built and are available that you could work on. Is it something that I would work on? No, it's not really my cup of tea. So, how you doing there, Warm Peas? Hello, hello. Chris Jones, good afternoon. High Tech Redneck, hello. Oh yeah, you haven't had any in a week? Oh, get a cup of Java into you. Java. It sounds like a good AI project, summarizing the stream and providing reference links. A little bit. Not gonna lie. There's something to that, to be sure. Hey, Coding with Carlos. Hello, hello. Surly Dev, good afternoon. Billy, cool. How's it going there? Let me see. There we go. Catching up. So much accustomed to Blazor. Why not use it in the Big Bad Blog? Because I wanted to make it clear that you could add it to anything. And I think there's even opportunities at some point to add, in the Big Bad Blog series, to add and show other web technologies. Like, I think it makes sense at some point to show we're going to add a microservice to the Big Bad Blog with Node. Not because we need to, but to show that you can. And here's how you do it. So, stuff like that. Aspirify Net Hat needed. I kind of agree. I think I need to make this logo into a t-shirt. I think I need to make that into a t-shirt. When I initially conceived of the website aspirify.net, I was listening to some Pink Floyd, and it was like, Dark Side of the Moon. No. Bright Side of the Cloud. It's perfect. It just kind of works. It's the bright side of the cloud. So, I really, something I tweeted yesterday, I really like how fast the website runs. You can see there's a rendered timestamp on there now, so you can see gosh, this was rendered a couple hours ago. And as well as the version hash, the version.net that it was built with, and the version of .NET Aspire that it's running on. So I added a privacy feed here, privacy policy that shows here's the information that we collect. There is Google Analytics running, and you can opt out of it and here's the link to turn it off. So you can adjust your browser to refuse cookies. I am going to add a cookie consent. I'm not required to, because I don't make money off of this. It's a not-profit website, so I'm not required to, because I don't sell any information with this. But I will be adding a cookie consent banner. And I do declare that I use it to count visits. That's it. So there's more coming there, and like I said, I learned that there is a minimum size to a website, and if you are not making money off of the website, you aren't required to have the cookie consent banner. So it's not a thing where every website everywhere must have it. So that was good to learn. So I felt a little reassurance with that. So, all right. So this is the way the website works. I've been slowly keeping track of. Here's the article. Here's the last visit date, and the number of visits for each one of the articles. And I've been keeping track of them. And my thinking is, I want to grab the articles that have had the most visits over the last week and display them in a section on the homepage. So I have, if we take a look at the original template for the website, stand by while I go grab that. No, where is it? Index. Here we go. Right, so here's the original template for the website. So there was this bit here, heading, and then these this kind of carousel of content here with, it looks like, posts from each of the categories. So nothing too bad after the thunderstorm. We had a couple really good storms over the weekend also. There's also weekly featured stuff down here. Place for advertising. I'm not going to put an advertising block on there yet. Tags at some point. So, and different ways to display content from different categories. So what I think I'm going to do is just grab, there's how many here in this little block? I think there's 6 articles here in this block. And I think it does a nice job scaling down when it's smaller. Yeah. So it doesn't wrap all the way around. But I think I'm going to put this in so that between the mosaic of here's the latest in each one of these topic areas. So if something is popular and it isn't in one of these, let's put it down in here. So right now, this article right here is extremely popular. Aspire to deployments. So, and if we look at the tutorials, that's actually not the latest. The latest is down here. Why didn't it? Oh, because it's the latest not video. Okay, I'm okay with that. How's it going there, Nate? Hello. So, a lot of folks are clicking through to this article. The other ones in the mosaic are, of course, getting significant click-through. But I'm going to add that block right in here so that it appears just above the fold, right? Stays on the first page, and be able to show off some of the other popular articles. But I think I need to, right, make sure it's not one of these articles at the top here. Right? Okay. That could be interesting. Hey, how you doing there, H. Mendoza 2001? Hello. So let's take a look at the code. Let's get ready here. I'm going to set up a branch to work in Sure. Hello, how you doing there, Joe? Is it Osfec? Joe OS? Hello, welcome. And I'll open Visual Studio. This one. We'll be going back to TagsApp. We've got a lot to build on there for .NET Conf coming up. So, all right. So if we take a look at the source code of this over here, right? So there's this top news. Hang on. Navigation bar. Top news and then content section. Here's the post block. And it's owl wrapper, owl carousel. Now, all the JavaScript is linked down here at the bottom. I don't know if that carousel feature is something that is automatically attempting to be wired up, but we'll give it a shot. So, but this is a container. It's in a row just above the post block. Actually, post block featured box. Let's copy it in and see what happens as we start adding this content to the homepage. I might even still have it. Like, just comment it out. Yeah, here we go. I do happen to have it here. So, if I were to start adding this, right? I'm not going to call it heading, right? Let's call this new and popular. Yeah. Get rid of that and see, and they allocated space in the template for advertisements. So I'll remove that. Move this up. Move them up. So they're not included in the content that gets shipped down into your browser. Let's see what that looks like. Just putting that in. Let's see what just making that adjustment looks like, and then we'll start dialing it up. I have a redemption here for Viking code and light mode that I do need to get to. So let's take a look. One second. Come on. So this is running .NET Aspire locally. It's going to start up the website and run all the things. Here it is down here, web. I feel like I should rename it to like 1-web so it goes up to the top. But oh, don't tell me don't tell me I'm running into password issue with the database. Hey, Chief Proby, good morning. Yeah, I am. That's gonna crash. Okay. It's one of these days, isn't it? So I added a bit in here so that it goes and gets the security database password out of app settings. It's right there, live chat rules. That's not my security password in production. And it should have started that. Yeah. Oh, no, it's this right here. That's wrong. It's not passing in as a password. Oh. Back to the home page, because we're going to tweak and tune the new and popular section. So, loving .NET Aspire, but you have a question on deployment. Sure, fire away, Chief Proby. How do you handle deploying to different environments like stage, UAT, and production? Your team uses Azure DevOps release pipelines. So there are templates that you can use for Azure DevOps that will help you get that configured. And when you publish to those different pipelines, you can configure your secrets appropriately for each one of those environments. The deployment script, right? Oh, man, don't tell me. No. It's waiting for database to start. It's right there. Password authentication failed for user. No. It's right there. Fine. So you can choose where it goes to. When you do, no, it's not in there. I don't have it included down there. Over here. Yes. You keep starting. When you do run azd init, it generates. Where is it? This file. Next steps AMD. Hi, Chrome. You're in my way right now. This file, next steps AMD. Let me show you what's in there, Chief Proby. So, and yeah, go ahead and render the markdown so that I can read it like a civilized person. Thanks so much. So it says next steps, and here's the things. So AZD will just do the initialization for here's how you deploy to Azure. But it gives you links to templates that you can use for deploying. And come here. This also tells you here's the files that it created out there. And it wrote a little bit of infrastructure, bicep files. When you use AZD InfraSynth, it'll go generate this for you. It's going to generate this on the fly if you don't. And it tells you what billing looks like for this when you deploy to Azure and so on and so forth. And this is with AZD, okay? So this is for Azure development. But the main thing is it does give you, here's an Azure Dev pipeline that you can configure. And you can specify, you can load up at the time that you do your configuration here. You can specify the environment name that you want to deploy to and the location. So I created my environment name for this is Aspirify v3 because I ran through 3 versions of trying to get this thing deployed. And I specified US East when I finished doing the configuration of this. Well, all of that information is stored in my GitHub Action parameters so that it knows where to place these. When you put this into Azure DevOps, you'll have the ability to specify that stuff, right? You'll be able to specify here's the location, here's the name of the environment that I want to build, and so on and so forth. So that configuration is available for you. If you don't want to actually go through the AZD build, here's the link to it. add that to my notes. So I'm sure to cover that in the summary video. All right. Where was I? So that's building. Yeah, see, now it's running properly. All right, so I'll click into the website. I'm not actually going to log in, but there's the new and popular bit. Does it? It does. It's the carousel is there. Is it the titles here? It's not showing the first line of the description. I'm okay with that, and it is automatically advancing the carousel. So I think that looks good for what I want to add to the website here. I think that's pretty good. The trick's going to be now how to identify which articles to place there. The plot thickens. I like where this is going so far. And I like a little bit of motion on the home screen, right? It kind of calls your attention to it. Like the mosaic up at the top here. And yes, it's not loading the images properly for these things. And I know that's because it's running locally and I don't have the images locally. Anyways. I think Surly asks, am I going to track when articles are above the fold so I can analyze click-through rates? Not sure. Not sure. Sure, by Dagon, you can, AMA tag is on. You can always ask a question. Do I manually determine when articles are to display above the fold? Yes, I do. The only articles that I know exactly when they appear somewhere else is the featured post over here. I have a table that has the dates that an article is featured and appears over here. These are just, here's the latest article in each one of these categories. And they're articles. These 5 are articles that are not videos because there's always a video on the top right here. So I think what I want to do for, is it 6 down here? No, it's 5. There's 5 articles in this block. I think for these 5 articles, I think I just want to find articles that aren't right. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8 here, and this is 6. So I think I want to find let's make this 6 articles in the carousel here. So 8 and the 6. So I'm going to find articles that are not in this collection of 14. So if I grab popular articles, grab articles by view rate over the last week, and grab the last. So if I want to put 6 here and I've got 14 in the other places, grab the last 20, the 20 most popular, and the contents that I put here are the remaining 6, the first 6 that aren't in this collection above or in the latest news below. Yeah, I think that'll work. if I show you the database query again, the most viewed article right now with 25 visits, and I've only started counting this since the weekend, is this article right here in the top left. I can guarantee that its position there is why it's getting it. Hey, how you doing, Napalm? Microsoft needs to sell some Aspire stickers. You're not wrong. There was a .NET Foundation swag store, and .NET Foundation .NET. I think that's .org. I was wrong. Yeah, it's not here. There was a swag store that was linked that would, when you bought stickers or mugs or whatever, would give them yeah, it's not here. Would give them a donation, but no. Let me see here. Bidegon says, I want to scaffold a database that I have in SQL Server with ADO.NET. But when I finish the setup, it returns an error about system mode data annotations. Bad image format. You're scaffolding it. Okay, first off, I'm assuming you're using .NET 8. You should be able to do a .NET EF command and point it to the database connection and have it generate all the things. I'd be curious to see more of that error report that you're getting. Can you drop me a question on the Discord server? On the Discord server, yeah, drop me a question in the Ask Jeff Anything forum, and we'll take a look, and make sure you include the full error report there, that we can get through there and help out. Yeah. Like, debugging something like that over a stream is kind of tricky to do. So this is cool. This is nice. Are there any JavaScript errors? That's fine. I don't mind getting these errors because the thumbnails aren't there. I should at some point have it return a default image if it can't find the... At some point I should do something like that, but I'm not too concerned about it. So let's try and calculate these. I have a repository over here. So let's add a method. So, right, I've got stuff like get latest, get today's featured articles. So I'm going to add a method that's going to return get new and popular articles. Yeah. And let's figure out that. Thanks. I'm still working here. Get new and popular articles. There it is. All right. So where I think I want to go with this let's just get the top 20, get from this, just get the top 20 articles from, yeah, based on the number of clicks over the past week. So how do we do that? Get the hang on. I moved those out. This does not receive. The actual accounts are stored in secure in a Postgres database. And at some point, I'm going to want to cache this. Is that the current .NET Foundation swag shop? Yeah, not bad. There's that Super C# t-shirt. They don't have like the blue. That one. That's the one that everybody likes. That's the women's cut. .NET All the Things is a cool t-shirt, but clearly they got to upload more stuff over here. They do. Thank you for sharing the link there, Napalm. Thank you for the compliment. You enjoy my videos. I don't know why the... Yeah. Yeah, lacking a bit. A bit. Bad image format isn't normally 64 and 32-bit incompatibility. They've already gotten far enough along in that generation process. Something else is going on. You have the cup of tea? Yeah, that is a nice one. All right. So I need to add, just add some more things here. Why don't you? Aspire security context. Yeah, that's it. And I'll just call it security context, and we're going to put that in a field. Cool. Yeah, I know. I'm still working here, all right? Shut up. Shut up. Why is that grouchy now? Like, featured article entity is a thing. Yeah, it's right there. It's commented out. Oh, because I'm not done this bit. Get the 20 most viewed. It's not going to know this. It's not going to know this. And that's latest popular. So we're going to go security context, visit counters. I want to do a where to start here. going to say where a week ago equals, wow, date time offset, UTC now, date, add days, -7. Greater than or equal to a week ago. All right, so now I've got all the visit counters from more than that. Hello, good morning, G Chirinos. Hello. We want to do a group by now. And we're going to group by the article URL so that we have them all grouped together. And I want to do a sum and then order by it, right? So I think it's I want to do a select. Is that right? Well, we want to generate something new coming back, and it's going to be, let's say article, and this is going to give me the URLs. It's not going to give me the actual content of it. I don't have a way to join from this to my articles table because my articles are sitting over in Azure Table Storage. That's okay, I think. I think that's okay. Okay, so I have the article URL. And then I want to do like the count. Right? Visit count? I don't know. And I want to do some count. Yeah. So that'll give me, that'll give me the count. Okay. And I want to order by descending. Visit count, right? And I want to take the top 20. And to array that, John. And to array async. What, you know, like that? Give me a using statement. Thank you. And we'll await that. Yes, yes, yes. You're upset because we need to make the method async. There we go. All right. So now I have the top 20 by their article URL. And the article URL is a 6-digit date stamp / and then the slug for the article. The slug is the row key over in my Azure Table Storage. So I want to do a select of those article entities from Azure Table Storage and then smash these two collections together to return. So right now I have this thing out here called article. I'm going to add to this because this is a view model. This is something that doesn't go into the database. But I'm going to add to this a visit count. Right? No, we're still working here, friend. So now I can kind of smash up the two. Hey, hello. So now I need to go into my article storage and go get the collection of articles. That shouldn't be hard. Thinking. So if I do this, I could turn this into a quick array, right? Latest popular, select, and I want the article URL. I'm going to split it on the / and take everything after that. And that should run really quickly. And I know that kind of thing isn't terribly efficient. Don't care. Twitch subtitles. Yes, they are. There's subtitles turned on, right? My captioning is turned on here. Yeah, there it is. Press the CC button right there and you'll be able to get the subtitles. It's the CC button is literally like right here on the Twitch screen. I don't think YouTube carries through. Does it do my? No, it says they're unavailable even though I'm broadcasting them. So, cool. All right. Yeah. Okay, so I have the latest popular. So let me go over to the table client. Right. Get the articles from the table client with a slug in the URLs collection. Let's see if Copilot can generate this for us. Might not because we're in debug mode. I'll stop. Yeah. Get the articles from the table that have a, let's call this slugs, not URLs. That have a slug in the slugs collection. Come on here. Yes! That feels so good. What is the extension that shows the method parameter name? That's not an extension. That's a feature in Visual Studio. It's in IntelliSense parameter info. You can turn it on. Like, you can request it, but you can also request that it gets displayed all the time. No. It's not IntelliTrace. C# general. Here we go. Inline hints. Show hints for literals, for new, everything else. For parameter name, when parameter name matches the method's intent. Parameter names differ, but show hints for variables with inferred types, and so on and so forth. You can turn that on in Visual Studio, and it will build and show that for you. That was Ahmed asking that on YouTube. Um, but if I didn't have that turned on, Control K P will show that for you. Hey, Curviern, we're working on aspirify.net, this website, and we're going to add a little carousel here just underneath the top mosaic that says new and popular. A really neat website for .NET Aspire. It is, yeah. So we added a search facility here, right? So I want to know more about Kubernetes. We got you. Kubernetes articles. And as more content is made available, it gets added to the website. So there's a handful of categories, but we're going to make more discoverable right in this section right here. So, so that will get, I don't need to do as enumerable there. I don't need that bit. So now I have the article entities returned as articles. I want to, you know what? Hang on. Let's put this slug on here, but I probably want to do it. Right, I want to. This split operation will be expensive to do. That's happening on the database. Let's recast this type when it gets to here. Yeah. Let's not just do this. Hang on. Let's put this into another new type. Right, I'm going to call this slug equals that. Yeah, I was okay with that. Bring that back. Thank you. That works. Because I don't. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine for now. So. Yeah, I want that to be just a string collection so that it gets parsed and handled properly. No, undo that. Undo that. Just allocate another one. I already did that. Latest slugs with count. I don't want it as a. I mean, I guess that's okay. Put that on a new line. And I'll do the same split operation here. Okay. So now when I need to kind of smash those two bits together. Right, so can I do that as a to array? No, I can't do it as to array async. But that's a collection. All right. No, it's this one here. No, I can't do to list async. Let's do. How do I want to stitch this together? Right. There's the zip command. Can I do? Well, is that what I want? I think that's what I want. Okay, let's give that a shot. Back over to home. So here's that new and popular section that we're going to populate. Right. And I'm going to go down here to my code. So on initialize, there's latest task, video task. I'm going to also add, let's call this popular task. Article, repository. Get new and popular articles. I'll add that. So I'm running these in parallel. So I do this task when all, right? So wait till after that's done. There's the latest articles. There's the latest videos. Public eye enumerable article. New and popular. Right. And I'm just going to write that for loop across this stuff. In the class names on line 56. No, actually, that's the way it was, I think. Here's the original. Yeah, that was a typo in the template. So, good eye, Mr. Magoo, but that's the way it is. So what I want to do, I want to say except except latest videos. So it kicks those out. Take 6. So next. So here's each one of the items. Item, news post, post image, the image source, an alt tag. There's the category. There's the link with the title. Post tags with the date that it was published. So I can delete the rest of these items. So there are 3 divs. I think I might even... No. 1, 2, 3, and that div post image ends there. right? This is inside of that. Yeah. Okay. Data num 4. 4 is how wide the carousel is. Okay. Hey, Chris Funk. Hello. Stormy DFW. So let's just do a for each here. Yes. I'm not gonna create a component for this. And I think I can get rid of that. Okay. Post image. So here I have format single page URL. Little method that'll generate that. Image. So that I should be able to do. I think that'll do what I need, right? Yeah. Okay. Alt. Let's just put the title there. This is going to be a link to the category page. I do something similar with that further down, so let's... right there. So we'll do that at article.category. And let's actually put the category there. Thank you so much. H2 with a link to the actual post. So article format single page URL again. Article title. And I have... Where is it? I have a format for that date. Man. Right there. I'm not going to go all the way out to the time on that. I feel like that's a little ridiculous. Let's give it a shot. See how it goes. Let me catch up on chat here. Let me see here. While that's building, getting ready. Oh, I got some errors to go through. Just use OneNote as my storage. Oh, oops. Do that again. How can you expand? Baldagon asks, how can I expand my knowledge? I program a little bit, some console programs, but I want to really learn how to develop. What do I recommend? Baldagon knows object-oriented programming and currently learning SQL. Oh, darn. I've got... got an extra... So that should close that method. Yeah. I think we're okay there. Go ahead and let this. The Baldagon, I recommend practice. Practice, read other people's code. Get outside of where you're comfortable. Like, check out and try different types of development. If you do a lot of web development, take a look at what's involved in building native applications. Read and learn more about different ways that you can use advanced features of the programming languages that you work with. The idea is to push yourself in a way that you're forced to learn new things, and discover new things. And oh boy. Can I write date time offset with offset -4? Really? It's here where it's doing the grouping. 392. Ah, I know what this is. I know what this is. It's right there. Timestamp is a date time offset. I wonder if somebody's got a post on this. Somebody's got to have a way to get around this. Currently learning SQL, so yeah, push and explore and try new things. If you're learning SQL, that's a great thing. But tinker and see what other things interest you. Yeah, here. Found in 2021. Change all date time offsets manually to UTC and write them to the database. Ugh. And they're suggesting just use Dapper. Oh, wonderful. Used a value converter for date time offset. That's not bad. That's not bad. Lanky Scottish Nerd says, I really want to try Aspire, but the containers puts me off. So you don't have to deploy everything as a container. Like, Redis here, I'm publishing as a connection string, and I'm using the hosted Redis service, right? I think I did try, yeah, as Redis, as Azure Redis, and I don't. Yeah, there's a whole configure resource thing in there, but I've already got it built and deployed, so you could do that and use those services appropriately. But the content and things that you're building, yeah, it wants to put them into Azure Container Apps right now. That's the deployment topology that they chose for projects to start. They've already heard folks want to do app service or VMs. those discussions, those plans have started. People are talking about it. V2. So even if you don't use Aspire to deploy, it's great to orchestrate and run locally. So, so where was I? So they were saying set up a converter. So here's my visitor counter. So they wrote a little converter and configured that. Modified the workaround last week. Nullable datetime offset in model creating. Any comments? No. All right. I don't have nullable, but I'll certainly add this, and I'm going to include the copy statement. Right, value converter. There we go. Okay. And how did they, in on model creating, here, I called it just builder, not model builder. And I don't have this. And quite frankly, I want to simplify this a little bit. Let's just move this out. Add date time offset converter. Right. Yeah. I know. You're grouchy, and we made all kinds of changes. Okay. Let's give that a shot now and see how it goes. You already do some projects, but you don't feel like you learned from them? Right. If you're doing the same project over and over again, if you're doing the same techniques, yeah, you're not going to learn anything, right? If you're doing the same create, read, update, delete, and search pages every time inside your application, you're not going to learn anything. What can you do that would add a little AI inference into something, summarize something, help with search? What can you do, right, to do image recognition? What can you do to do, right? There's a bunch of things in this newer tech space that you can kind of lean into. Uh-oh. I got a null coming back from that. All right, let's walk up the call stack. Let's walk up the call stack. We're pretty good on time still. That's not going to go up the call stack. Darn it. So down here where it calls get new and popular. Control F12. Let's get in there. Put a break right there. Let's see what we get coming out of the database. There is date only, time only built into EF Core. That's right. Date time offset wasn't implemented well by the Postgres. The Postgres provider is what we're running into. Let's see what we got. Loaded. Starting. Waiting to start. There it goes. Hit that breakpoint. It didn't hit my breakpoint. It didn't hit my breakpoint because I defaulted it to null down here. I see you. I see you. Yeah. Let me get back to you in a second. New and popular because it defaults to empty. Wow. Man, you're not typing too well here, Fritz. Give me a refresh. No. Value cannot be null. Parameter source. Show me that call stack. Oh, man. All right, restart. Let's see what we get. Loading. Come on. There we go. Hit that breakpoint. What? Okay, the waiting is taking too long, is what I'm seeing here. So let me step into this. So I have a collection of slugs. I've got only 4. Why do I only have 4? There's clearly more than 4. Give me the visits where timestamp is greater than a week ago. $2024-05-21. No. And. Yeah. Clearly more. But it's only returning 4. Let's take that. Oh, it's right there. It's the take. Yeah, right. That error is awful. Take that out of there. Come here. You go back up here. Run that again. I still only got 4. sense. Take that other where out of there. Four. What? That doesn't make sense. Rerun this. Something's not editing and continuing properly there. Actually, don't rerun it all the way yet. Hang on. Hang on. Let's do that same enumerable empty trick for these as well. Now let's let it run. And I think we should be able to bang this out pretty quick here. Right? So while I've got you here tonight, right now, I'm going to be hosting an AMA and a talk through with the Tulsa.net user group tonight. It's a user group meeting. It's all virtual online. Anybody can tune in. Anybody can join. Let me get the URL for that. That probably hit my breakpoint over here. It is, I think this is it. Yeah. You can attend the meetup tonight. There's the meetup link that I just shared in chat. You can pick it up if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitch. This evening and there's information about tonight's meetup. If you click through and you visit there, I'll be taking questions. It's a Zoom call that we'll be on. I'll be talking a little bit about Aspirify, answering questions about stuff that we announced around our .NET tools last week, and hopefully getting you interested, excited about some of the new stuff coming. Why am I getting failed to start now on these Johns? What? Try that again. I didn't change that. Yeah, tonight. So I'm going to make sure everybody knows about it. Will I be answering those questions in a squirrel suit? I tell you what, if we raise for St. Jude, if we get a combined, if we get another $100 of donations, no, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. There we go. Now it started properly. There we go. Right, that finished. It should connect into the database. There we go. Right. So latest popular, only 4 articles. How the heck is it only getting 4 articles?
Eric Bernard still in just resubscribed for 12 months.
Eric, thank you so much. 12 months with us. And I'll make another donation to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Carlos. I don't want to do that to their user group. I don't want to bring me in as a squirrel to their user group. You're only here for the squirrel outfit. I tell you what, if before Thursday's stream, am I nuts? Yes, I am. If before Thursday's stream, so Thursday morning 9 a.m., if we can raise another $200 before Thursday's stream, it is Code with Sean's group. Yep. If we can raise another $200 before Thursday's stream, I will wear the squirrel costume on Thursday's stream. Yeah, he'd really love that. So, $200 total, not a one-time $200 donation. I'll give folks a chance to contribute to St. Jude, to help each other together for that. And there's other donation redemptions that are out there that you can troll me if you'd like me to come in and give a presentation to your office, if you'd like me to review and analyze an application that you're working on with your team at your business. You can make a donation to St. Jude, and I am happy to return in kind that. Well, there's 100 bits. Thank you. Thank you, DGen1. Why am I only getting 4 articles coming back from this? Something weird's going on here, know what I'm saying? Let's write a little test in here, because Visual Studio Debugger gives me the ability to edit and continue. So let's take this and do a little bit of a test here, and we'll take advantage of that edit and continue to inspect a little bit more. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? An anonymous donation for 200. For real? Like, is that all I have to do is offer to get dressed in a squirrel suit? I will verify. That is awesome. Thank you so much to our anonymous donor. I will on Thursday's stream, I will don the squirrel costume, and I will we will do the stream dressed as a squirrel. Thank you so much to our anonymous donor for that. That is very kind. I just want to make sure that it wasn't any kind of nonsense going on there. It was not coding with Carlos. Well, thank you so much, friends. Yeah, we will don the squirrel costume. Hey, Gliz FPS, I'm having a good day. It's going to be fun on Thursday because we're going to be dressed as a squirrel, and we're going to do a Hot One style AMA spicy chicken wing segment. Yeah. Friday, our friend Carl Franklin's going to join us, and I'm scheduling time with Richard Campbell to join us in the future. Thank you so much for everybody's generosity helping out with St. Jude. Really appreciate the contributions there. I'm not sure why this is. So I've taken this where statement out of here. Let's take the select out of here also. And the order by. And, right, so I'm just saying, hey, go get everything and group by the article URL. Just go get everything from the database. And it only returns 4. Why is it only returning 4? Oh yeah, we're gonna have a fun stream. That's coming up on Thursday. Tomorrow, I'm on the Visual Studio stream, and we'll be working on the Big Bad blog. We're gonna be working on database migrations and introducing a database to that system and seeing how we can use a database and some of the features that affords us. Friday, Carl Franklin joins us on stream, and we'll have more fun next week. So, this is weird why I'm only getting, like, if I take that out altogether, the group by out, walk this back up here, right? It only returns 10. The game is afoot. Is there something that's doing a default paging here that's only selecting at most 10? Let's bring that where down into this. Bring this back. Yeah, there's got to be something that's forcing a maximum count. A maximum row count. Right? Implicit row count? Something like that? Default row count 10? Connections. Right, there's something that's limiting this to only 10. No. An oversized. Hang on, what do we got here? Reading. No. Is it Snufkin? Hello? Is it set at the DB context level? That's what I would have thought. So, in my visit counter type, right, I explicitly mentioned sizes here so that nothing is exceedingly huge. Have I ever tried piri piri sauce? No, I have not. Is there some sort of no, that's a Postgres range. Right, it feels like Postgres. I think it's NPG SQL. Only returns 10 rows. They're ugh. Can you give a sample to retrieve rows with entity framework? This is weird. I've never seen this before. Ask Copilot? That's not a bad idea. The visit counters table has several hundred rows, but this statement only returns 10 records. Why? It feels like there's an implicit pagination. It's possible there's only 10. And it feels like implicit. For performance reasons. Key set pagination, yeah. No. It's weird. Some sort of entity, change tracking, collation. Now I don't want a sequence. What do we got? No. See, and I can't do a take because I don't know how many articles it would be. Right? I mean, even if I said take 2,000, right? In an effort to kind of force it to break through. I think Billy hit it. I'm positive Billy just hit it. That's exactly what it is. I'm looking at my local database. I'm not looking at the production database. I'm looking at a different database. Let's let this run. It's possible it won't come up with a full set, and that's okay. And then what I'd like to do, can I generate insert statements for these? While that's loading. Stand by. Because I have Data Studio opened and pointing to that table. I can save it as a CSV. No, copy it as a CSV. Yeah. That's not going to work. No matter. Those are a little bit big. Not gonna lie, they're a little bit bigger than I wanted. And they were supposed to be, except for that content. And that, let's go back over home. They don't match because I got this. I got this. A dot slug. Yep. And we're going to do the same thing here, except this will be latest videos. Yeah. And that content there isn't anything there. So what I'll also do, Fritz of Build Fame, hey Loose. I appreciated mentioning me at Build. Yeah. I'm having a little bit of a challenge with the folks in the Microsoft marketing department that run events. We don't see eye to eye on some things. So, I'll just leave it at that. But thank you so much for the mention. I'm just going to wrap this then. That says if New and popular any. And we'll just end it right there. Right? Oh, this should be in there. There we go. So if there aren't any, don't show the new and popular block. Oh, I forgot. I knew it should have gone out here. And let's change this to like that. Now move that down there. Now it should hide that. Okay, well, if there are, why am I not seeing them? Okay. It's still a little bit big. You meant every word? Oh, thank you. It is. The new provider for MongoDB is pretty cool. Being able to use Entity Framework with MongoDB is going to simplify so many interactions for folks that just need that simple, hey, select from this collection. Hey, just add this item to this collection. Because you can do that with 2 or 3 lines of code with Entity Framework, it's going to make those interactions so easy to do. And you can still drop out and use your standard BSON interactions to interact with your data collections in MongoDB. It's a fantastic update for developers that are working with MongoDB. I appreciate that. Yeah. And I think there's a good example there that we should put together and talk about that makes it clear exactly how to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Watch Me Lurking. Yeah, it's a Blazor hat that I had made. All right. I want to fix the size of this so it matches the original size from the template, because the original template is 400 by 260, and yeah, it should appear like this. So the image isn't getting reduced. Let's see here. Let's grab this width 100%. So what if we go in here? Can we say max width 400? No, that didn't. Max height. What was it? 280? 260. No. That's... Oh, it says it's 210 by 210. It's not 210 by 210. That is not 210 by 210. That is not 210 by 210. No way. No way. It's okay. It says it's 210. All right. So right, so let's go to the image. Well, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. So what if we say max width 300 pixels? Well, it made it bigger. 100. Oh. All right. Hang on. This is the same format as this down here. All right. So I've got to add a little bit of a selector here to push this. I'm going to add on to this div here. I'm going to add a class called carousel image. Right here. Actually, it's already right there. I can say owl carousel post image. So where is... That's on style 1330. Here we go. Let's go update some styles. Right? So let's do owl carousel post image and 150 pixels. It's better, right? So it's shorter. You can see it popping up, and when there's more content here. What if we take that down just a scooch further? Am I at 100%? That's 100%. And if we go down to, right, effectively phone width, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. And all of these should click through to the appropriate location. Yeah. I think we've got it. Yeah. I think that's what we wanted. And we're coming in right at time. Let's just double check my query. Yeah, that should work. Yep. Let's commit and push this, John, and see how the website looks with it. Yeah, I'm good with that. I saw there was a question there. Let me get this commit set up, and while it's doing the continuous integration testing and deployment, I'll answer those questions there in chat. Added new and popular segment. So we'll get that pushed. And over here, up here, there we go. Create the pull request. Yep. So it's going to run a build to execute some unit tests. Everything's going to work just fine. And then we'll push a deployment Let me see here. You have another question. Does .NET Aspire remove the need for any configuration in Azure resources, or is that for local development only? So if you release your app to stage, then finally to production, do I need to ensure, say, connection strings are changed if each environment is talking to a different database server? So here's the deal. If you use Azure Development, you can configure multiple environments. So there's the AZD tool that will allow you to initialize your application, but then you have environments in here you can manage. So if we run AZD environment, AZD env list, you see I only have one environment. It's my production space that I call Aspire 5 v3. But I could add other environments that take different configuration and provide and allocate those spaces differently. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. Then you just set up your continuous deployment scripts to, at this point in the script, deploy to stage environment, production environment, whatever it might be. But the concept of environments, to exactly your question, Chief Proby, is built in. I'm going to take that as a note. For the Big Bad blog series, so that we can talk about and make sure that that's covered. How you doing there, McNets? Hello. I'm actually going to be jumping out of here in just a few minutes to finish this off. Never tried Fork or another app to manage Git? No, I'm a command line guy. I sling code at the command line to manage my source control. All those other tools live on top of the command line, so this gets me as close to the metal as possible. And I've been working with it for 20 plus years. No reason to change. Napalm says Microsoft went all in on ARM prior to Microsoft the build event. It sounds like yeah, they did. So I did add a publish for my unit test, so I get nice little test results here that shows it ran the unit tests. So yeah, let's squash and merge, which will build and deploy the content out to my production space. Here we go. We need a Cosmos emulator running on that more than ever. Yes. The Azure emulators that don't run on ARM devices have a lot of work to do. Cosmos DB emulator ARM. Well, updated in October. The Linux emulator currently has limited support for developer machines on M1 and M2 chips. So they've got something there. It's not great yet, but it's getting there. Let's go over to the actions here and watch it deploy. It's like watching paint dry. 077920 Bravo is the stamp here that we're deploying. Look at that. The test results are already good. It is doing the provisioning. We can click in and see the test results. There they are. For this, I'm using a test results publishing script. So it's easy to see here in my build and test. Check out setup.NET Core, restore workloads, restore packages. I run my .NET test, and here is publish test results. And it uses this GitHub action, Enrico publish unit test result action. And it will find those results from the logger and generate that little bit of a report that you saw right here inside my GitHub action and attach it to the pull request, which I think is really cool and handy to see. as a developer building and working with that content. You're welcome, Chief Proby. Happy to answer that. You thought Risk was the future? You've been watching Hackers too much, man. Linux emulator fails on Mac OS, even with x64. Oh, that stinks. Well, clearly they're working on it. I can't get to that. Can't get to that because of the Microsoft lameness security filter. Oh my gosh, that's since 2022? Yeah. Nothing. Okay. Yeah. That's going to be a problem. So, I actually have some one-on-ones today with some folks in leadership. I'll bring it up. You got your MI module today? MI module. You're talking about an IoT thing. Help me out there. Yeah, I'm MIML. What ML module? Yep, Jonathan Pepper's doing the .NET running on a Nintendo Entertainment System. Neat session. Another person, what was her name, gave a session on that like 5 years ago at Build. And it was in a much, much earlier state. I can't remember her name. But she had a table and booth set up at Build and was showing that. It was very, very cool to see. The homebrew with .NET community is growing, and it's cool to see. Because when you start home brewing and working with other pieces of hardware and using the .NET tools to wire up and use it, you then get all of the tooling and support from Visual Studio and all of this architecture that helps out with that. Yes, Sage, I think you're right. So here it is deploying the website. I'm going to need to clear out the cache for the homepage, and we should be able to see our new latest articles, popular articles, feature appear after it's updated. So I'm going to reach into my Azure Redis here. So I'm going to go find all my Aspirify cached content here, and I'm going to grab this one is the homepage. I'm going to purge that. And we're going to jump right in here and refresh the homepage. Well, that stinks. That's not going to work. Roll it back. Fortunately, you can roll it back pretty easily with Azure Container Apps. And then we're going to have to do some diagnosis, and I'm going to have to do that another time. Containers. Based on revision. Oh, you're kidding. No, you're not going to show me the other ones. Nope. Yeah, I want to manage revisions. No. Inactive revisions? Yes, there we go. Give me this one. Start it. So it's saving that change. It should start it. Activating. There we go. Nightmare.
Subscribed for 49 months. Good morning, coders.
Good morning. Hello. And while that's going, yeah, I'm not going to be able to find that error here. I'm going to have to do a little bit of investigating and take a look at that. We don't want to cache. Wrong one. There it is. So, I'll have to take a look and investigate. There's clearly something with the data not running properly here when I connect out to the production space. I will investigate and get back to you on that. But for now, I do need to wrap up. It's Tuesday after a holiday. My Monday meetings were moved to Tuesday, so now I've got twice as many meetings on Tuesday. Fun. I'll be back tomorrow over on the Visual Studio channel on Twitch, on the .NET channel on YouTube. We're going to be talking about the Big Bad Blog, and we're going to be talking about how to use database with .NET Aspire. All right? It's a series that's made for beginners with .NET Aspire. We're not focused on the application, but we're focused on the architecture. How to light up and use these various architecture pieces as we bring them into an evolving and growing application. I'm going to patch and apply the updates on the website and show you how it hooks up to the architecture. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. I see what you've done there. Let me head over to Twitch. Let me see who else is streaming that we can get you connected with that's having some fun, doing something cool out here. We got to join Layla Codes It. She's building a game and programming NPCs for that game using artificial intelligence. Get ready to say hi to our friend Layla if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much for watching. There's lots of great videos over here, down here, that you can catch up with, all right? I will see you tomorrow on Twitch TV Visual Studio or on youtube.com/.net, all right? Have a fantastic rest of your day. I wish you good health and good coding. Take care.